Shalom, shalom, everybody. Shalom. So here's the thing. Once more about the star. So Scripture tells us very explicitly not to mix the things that are profane into the worship of the thing into the worship of Yehovah that is so holy and distinct and set apart. Okay, so Scripture, one of the commandments says, "Do not make unto yourselves any images, graven images." Now, going back to the argument of the star and whether it's good or bad. Okay, so according to some archaeologists, they have debunked the verse in Amos that talks about the star of Remphan and Chiyun and Moloch and this and that. So according to these archaeologists, that verse in Amos has been grossly mistranslated. Moloch was not necessarily Moloch. It was speaking of Melech, which just means king. Moloch or Molech would have been a totally different word with different vowel points. Okay, and Remphan is not is actually pointing to like, for example, the 8-pointed star of Ishtar, and the whole Chiyun Kayun thing that was very also mistranslated. The word that was confused for Kayun or Chiyun was the similar word that is used in Scripture that's talking about making cakes for the queen, Ishtar. So okay, but the star of David, it's not what the verse of Amos is talking about. But here's the thing, back to the commandments. Do not make unto yourselves any graven images, okay? Any graven images. A star is an image of something that is in the heavens, okay? The commandment is very explicit. It says, do not make unto yourselves anything that is, any image of anything that is in the heavens, on the earth, or under the water, okay? So even that fish is also bad, For example, even like, our Elohim is not a fish. Our Elohim is not a star. Okay, Yeshua is often considered, called a certain kind of star, but Yeshua is not a star. If we go back to Scripture, the stars, the watchers, the hosts, they are angelic beings. Now here's the thing. We know that if we partake in the works of darkness, if we partake even in the worldly traditions of men, that creates a stronghold, okay? Let me make this example, okay? So the commandment says, do not make any graven images of anything that is in the heavens. Now, the serpent, the dragon, the adversary, the accuser, he would say, with his spirit, he would say, it's no big deal. Just make the image. Who cares? Just make the image. It's not a big deal. Okay. Scripture tells us not to be like the pagans, okay? So if, for example, the Satanists have their 5-pointed star, if that goes back to Mystery Babylon, that goes all the way back to Mystery Babylon. Remember, For example, Nimrod became the sun god, the sun deity. His mother, the whore Semiramis, became the moon deity, and their abomination son became a star. So you know, come on, pagans have from the beginning wanted to be like the Most High. Where is the Most High? In the heavenly realms. Okay, you know, Hasatan himself has said, "I will be like the Most High." You know, he even claims to be a star himself. You know, many translations incorrectly call him a type of morning star. Now, that is a mistranslation. That is a corruption of the text. The enemy has never been a star. Okay, if you, for example, if you look at the NIV that is published by wicked people, the NIV it stumbles people because it has the enemy and Yeshua calling them both this type of star. Okay, this is the bad tree that bears bad fruit that we're supposed to stay away from. The bad tree that bears the bad fruit of the intermingling of the profane and the holy, the good and the evil. Okay, the knowledge of good and evil, bringing good and evil together. Okay, the intermingling. Okay, this is what the tree that was commanded to be stayed away from the results of this bad tree that intermingles the good and the bad. Okay, so okay, once again, Scripture tells us to stay away from the practices of the pagans. Stay away. Do not do the things that they do. Okay, when you know, Mystery Babylon, when Nimrod had his sun, moon, and star, that should have been right there a clue not to do the same things. Okay, for example, the Egyptians, even the Egyptians, they call their pharaohs the morning star. Okay, they call their pharaohs the sun god, Amun Ra. They call him, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even utter those disgusting names. So there you go. I mean, come on. We should not be doing anything that even resembles the traditions of the pagans. We should do nothing that even hints to maybe even possibly having anything to do with worldly things. Remember, to be like the world is to be in animosity against Yehovah. So that star, it's still bad. Okay? That is Israel once again wanting to be like the other nations. Okay? Let me give you this spiritual warfare example. Okay? We know that there are principalities that are set to be authorities in the heavenly realms above, for example, every city, every town, every state, every country. These principalities, they know themselves that they are stars in a certain way. That these, okay, so let me put it this way. Biblically, the stars in the heavenly realms, they are not what NASA and what humans say. These things are not, you know, balls of gas that are just there just for, you know, for giggles. Okay, these things are living organisms. These things are spiritual beings, and think about it. Every single country has these stars. Okay, now let me give you this example. We have these you know, these amount of states, and each state has a star. So each state has a principality, demonic ruler, set over them to rule them. Okay? Each of these states in this country have demonic rulers, and they have a demonic ranking system that trickles down, and then to each demonic stronghold that is set up over each individual person. It is a demonic hierarchy that is attempting to always keep the people in disobedience to Jehovah. Okay, so whether the star is blah 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 or this or that, it doesn't matter. It's a worldly thing, and it is a sad disobedience of the commandment that says, do not make unto yourselves any images of anything that is in the heavens. A star is in the heavens. The stars are the watchers. The stars are the fallen ones that perverted themselves with the daughters of men. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's still going. So, come on. What else do you want to know? Do not mix the profane with that which is holy. Do not bring in these profane things into the worship